That was, without a doubt, the best episode of the Chibnall era so far. Because we finally got to watch Dr. Noxious and her cohorts die over and over again. My only criticism is that Chibnall didn't keep them dead at the end, but there's 2 episodes left, so fingers crossed, guys. My only criticism is that Chibnall didn't keep them dead at the end, but there's 2 episodes left, so fingers crossed, guys. Does anyone get a deja vu feeling? Oh, alright. It's a fairly obvious joke. Happy New Year. Welcome back to the vacuum. I feel like whether you're gonna even be slightly on board with this episode is gonna depend on the kind of fan you are. Quick question, because your life may depend on it. Do you like The Chase? This is a comedy first and a Dalek story second. They pretty much give this right away in the first 5 minutes when we're having rom-com dialogue. Even after we've already kind of established what these characters are like, we linger on them for quite some time.
A time travel loop romantic comedy with Daleks.
So the best comparison to something like this really is The Chase, or some of the more comedic episodes of the Daleks' Master Plan. Like The Chase, the Daleks are just focused on trying to kill the Doctor, they're trying over and over again, and they're just getting fucked with the entire time. Which is a lot of fun, but that does raise some concerns. Like, for example, did this need to have the Daleks be the villain? If this is going to have something to do with the aftermath of the Flux, then it's probably better than the Cybermen. But then again, did this need to be an aftermath of Flux story? A Flux sequel. A Flux sequel. A Flux sequel. No, Chris. You're not allowed. You either finish off your plot lines at the end of the series, or you let them go. You just tie them off. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to. So the Daleks have kind of had to have been tailored to this. Yeah, they kind of look funny, so they do make good comedy villains, but that stuff was easier to sell back in the 1960s. The production team had to market the shit out of them because they were what was keeping the show popular, and Nazi parodies and movie Nazis were way less scrutinized back then. This was decades before Rob Shearman came along with Jubilee and pointed out some of the implications of trivializing Nazis that way by just making them humorous. So here, the Dalek guns don't come across as agonizing as they usually do, because that would be horrifying to watch over and over again. The Daleks miss a lot, which I know is going to bother a lot of people. It did kind of bother me, but I kind of just sort of took that as being a result of the weapons being rapid fire now. I do find it cool that they've kind of done this so the Doctor can't mess with their weapons, like the Daleks update and evolve. But I don't really care for the screwdriver being able to do that in the first place. It just seems like lazy writing, and I'm not even somebody who usually complains about the sonic screwdriver being OP. Because them two together, I actually don't really enjoy as a dynamic very much. Their entire thing is Yaz asking a question and the Doctor either being nice or being mean, depending on whether we're attempting characterization. So, given my previous position on Thasmin, I should probably address, the thing. On principle, I am happy that it got confirmed, and it's not just queer baiting. Well, we're 3 episodes towards the end, which is part of my issue with it, but it's not nothing. But aside from the 2-day thing, I pretty much stand by everything I said in that video. Yaz is not treated well by the Doctor. 13 does apologise for some of her behaviour here, which helps, but the ending where she pretty much shuts herself off again, keeps things close to her chest, after she promised at the end of Flux she was going to open up to Yaz more, it just made me go, oh, really? I understand characters can have flaws that lead them in cycles and makes them repeat mistakes, but this isn't BoJack Horseman, this ain't how you do it. Honestly, you can do better. Honestly, the Doctor being attracted to women goes completely against the character. Thank God Russell's coming to sort this shit out. But like I said, this is really going to depend on what kind of fan you are. I mean, I'm a massive fan of The Chase. I think it's a wonderful time capture of the era, and it's like everything the Hartnell era was up to that point, just shoved into a blender and thrown on screen. But if this isn't your bag, or some of the implications about using the Daleks for comedy unsettle you, I do get that. And now, a statement from the last of the crime lords herself, Jodie Whittaker. I think it's on the one hand amusing, and on the other unnerving. As much as I like to think the world revolves around me, I don't think I have that much control. But there's a sinister thing for me, and that is women being blamed for the actions of men. That is a very dangerous statement. I think women make excellent role models. Someone being replaced isn't them being taken away. It's broadening your horizons. Why don't you just admit responsibility for the things we do, Jodie Whittaker? Why can't you just... Wait a sec. I already covered this. I've already talked about this. This was in another video. Does anyone get a feeling of deja vu? Are we just going in circles over and over? That was, without a doubt, the best episode of the Chibnall era so far. Thanks for watching, everybody. Sorry this one got out a bit late. The Witches Familiar video essays took up quite a bit of time. There'll be more videos in the near future. I want to start reviewing some classic Doctor Who. Some more attempts at video essays will be coming up. Hopefully one on Thin Ice will be out before the end of the month. I want to try and get her out around Sarah Dollard's birthday. Have a nice evening and take care.